Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
Information tonight out of Llano, where half the police department is currently under suspension. Sources tell us yesterday Police Chief Kevin Ratliff, Sergeant Jared Latta, and Patrol Officer Amy Shannon were put on paid administrative leave pending an ongoing investigation. Back in November, a KXAN investigation revealed another officer, Grant Harden, had been placed on paid leave. These investigations are not believed to be related. With fewer officers out on the streets, we asked the Llano County Sheriff's Office today if they have been asked to step in and help. They said no, but they do have a mutual aid agreement to offer backup if needed.
One bad apple. Half of an entire police department suspended, including the chief. Half of the city's police force has been suspended, including their police chief, amid allegations of official oppression and evidence tampering. By J. Sermopoulos, January 16, 2018. Llano, TX, all too often those who continuously apologize for crimes committed by police officers are able to justify some of the most egregious instances of outright murder by claiming the officer was a bad apple. Almost as often, however, as TFTP has shown numerous times, the bad apple theory is exactly that, a theory with no evidence to support it. 4 people in the Llano Police Department, including Police Chief Kevin Ratliff, are now on paid suspension, Llano County District Attorney Sonny McAfee told KXAN. There are 8 law enforcement officers employed by the Llano Police Department, according to the LPD's website, meaning that half of the police force is now under suspension. Does that seem like one bad apple, or a potentially much greater problem? 4 police officers are under investigation by the Llano County District Attorney's Office, including the police chief who suspended himself in connection to the arrest of a man, and his subsequent complaint, according to KVUE. Advertisement. The DA's office said that Chief Kevin Ratliff suspended himself with pay upon becoming aware of the investigation and that he will remain on suspension pending the outcome of the investigation. Must be nice to be able to give yourself a paid vacation just after potentially committing a crime while on the job, a luxury afforded only to police officers. According to the news report by KVUE, Sergeant Jared Latta and Officer Amy Shannon have been on paid suspension since Friday. Officer Grant Harden, who is also under investigation, in this case, has been suspended since December and was indicted for tampering with evidence and official oppression. However, officials could not confirm if Harden's indictment is related to the citizen's arrests cited in the investigation. The DA's office said that the Texas Rangers are assisting with conducting the investigation. Read more, shock video. Cop explains why police no longer follow the Constitution. The Llano County Sheriff's Office will provide assistance to the city while half the police force is on suspension, as LCSO has a mutual assistance agreement to back them up on calls when necessary. Those that forward the idea that the problem is simply a few bad apples, allow the systemic problems in law enforcement to continue without being addressed. While the suspension of half a police force may come as a surprise to some, it's no surprise to the Free Thought Project, as we've reported on numerous similar incidents. For example, in March 2015, the Brooklyn Police Department came under investigation amid allegations that weapons, drugs, and other items had been removed from the evidence room. Then in March 2016, the head of a drug task force in Pennsylvania was arrested for having sex with a minor in exchange for leniency. More recently, this past July, the entire drug unit of the Troy, New York, Police Department was suspended following reports that the unit entered a home without a warrant, then tried to cover their tracks by filing false burglary reports. According to the Times-Union, the officers entered a home after they were tipped off by another Capital Region police agency. But then they lied about it. After realizing they made a major mistake, officers compounded their problems by attempting to cover their tracks. They allegedly filed a false burglary report. After the police chief became aware of the incident, and the attempted cover-up, the entire drug unit was placed on administrative leave. The common thread in these disparate cases is that there is no one bad apple, but a systemic problem of police attempting to cover for the illicit behavior of other officers, something known as the thin blue line. Read more: motorist photographs off-duty cop as she pulls gun while driving down freeway. Essentially, the thin blue line operates as a good old boys network with a mantra that a good cop looks out for a fellow officer first, regardless of how illegal the activity is, or whether it violates an individual's rights. To be accepted by the law enforcement brotherhood, you look out for fellow cops first. Those that refuse to bend to this expectation are run out of law enforcement by their peers, as we've reported on numerous times. While it's extremely rare for officers to be held accountable for their illicit actions, the actions of the DA's office in Lano should be an example to the rest of the country that law enforcement isn't above the law.
County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too, because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.